this is Divine Sunshine coming to you with the Divine Masculine reading. Before I even get into it, my God, is there anybody else or is it just me? This ascensions is kicking their ass. I'm telling you, I have been feeling lightheaded for the past 3 days, and I'm trying to kind of bring it down. And I had headaches to everything else like that. I got to put this back up now. This is bothering me. It being there is bothering me. All these ascensions, my God, my Lord. I'm gonna wait until a couple of you all kind of come on in. I said 4:30, but I was trying to get myself on here and download um the pick that I wanted to tell you all about that. And I'll take a commercial break and I'll come in and I'll talk about Friday. I'll do like my other guy said. I'm gonna talk about the wonderful things that I'm doing on this channel, but I'll talk about it later. And since I'm gonna give you all some time to kind of file on in and give you all some time to come on in, and then I'll just get started. Hey, Mimi. Yeah, yeah, and I couldn't go to sleep last night. I couldn't power off until about 1 a.m. in the morning. And I was like, okay. And then when I went to sleep, I mean, I was out. I was out. Most of the time my dog wakes me up. I woke up at 7:30, and then I was like, oh my God, this is really like too late for me to be waking up at this time. And then I was like, oh my freaking God, I can't. I'm so glad that really I got text message from April and Kathy D that had pretty much had woke me up, and then I was like, if that didn't shake the bed and vibrate the bed there, I wouldn't have woken up in time enough. My dog must have said, "Just forget it. She out of it. She astroplaning and flying all over the place. I can't get in touch with her." So that was it. It was a wrap for that as well. So yeah, so it's overlaid, it's been uploaded. Okay, thank you. And so that's pretty much the basic of that with that one. So I'm gonna come on out of here and do this, start with the DM. It really was a long title, but of course, you know, YouTube only allows me to do so much. So I was like, well, let me get on here and do this DM thing, because most of the time I usually come around this time and do the Divine Masculine reading for you all for this week, the collective. So it was really good, especially seeing first thing off when we talk about the Divine Masculine's energies here. So I'm kind of floating and trying to anchor at the same time, floating anchor here. So when we talk about the Divine Masculine energies, I kind of already had drawn out the cards a little bit so I could get a quick jump ahead and kind of see the overall energies and kind of really like sit with it. Yeah, I'm glad that you're interested. I know we said we was going to try to do that, get in touch with her and see about that. I'm glad. Yeah, last night she helped me. I had a bad headache, and me going with that kind of stopped me from the headache. It wasn't as bad as she had did the prayers and stuff like that, and sent out that light language. Very helpful as well. So I'm glad. Right. We are sinking. Right. And yeah, and so that made it really, when I looked at seeing, I said, she's saying the same thing. Union. And I was like, well, I'm saying union on my channel too as well. And I like it when it happens organically, not some, just like making sure that we align at the same time. That it's like, okay, then that lets me know that it's truly divine. We use that way. So anyway, so I'm gonna keep it moving because I can veer off into other things about that. Okay, so right now with the cards, what we have here. Okay, all right, I heard you, angels. You ain't gotta tell me and watch it. We got hostilities in reverse, which is letting me know that the Divine Masculine now is at the point that he's putting the sword down. He's at the point of saying, you know what, I have gotten, I feel they almost like a person like Sophia from The Color Purple said, I had to fight my cousins, I had to fight my brothers, I had to fight my uncles. And at this point, everybody was public enemy number one. This swaying the sword out there on everybody. And now he's like, you know what? This first of all, I'm feeling from this picture here. He's saying the sword is heavy, so I'm putting this sucker down because this is like 20 pounds of iron or steel right here. So it is really, who am I hurting myself in the process by doing this all the time? them or me? Well, guess what? It's you, because your arms are tied. So this is what it say: your arms too short to box with God. So that's way back in the day. I'm dating myself. So he has the next card that comes up is the yin and the yang card. So trying to find balance. We remember a couple of readings ago when we talked about the divine masculine, he was saying the same thing. I'm trying to put yin and yang together. So right now he's moving into the energy to say, hey, I don't like this hostility. Everybody's pulling men in me, number one. So let me find a way that I can be able to marry both of the two energies together, put in my divine feminine energies and my divine masculine energies together. This is also saying so within, so without. This is also going on with the divine masculine, saying things that are going on with him inwardly. He's like, you know what, we've got to become a team of one. We got to find a way of how we can make both of this work. And so outside, in his outside world, it can be able to reflect what's going on and then stop that energies of him having to always fight. He's moving into the energies of understanding. He wants everything underneath the sun as well. Okay, so he wants everything underneath the sun, and in order for him to do that, he's saying, you know, now I feel like, you know what, since I'm saying, let me get a balance about myself, let me anchor myself that, you know, it's okay for me to want to have everything. And some of the divine masters are not getting into the energies of understanding that the divine feminine is the center of their universe. It all bases around and is foundationally built around the idea of this divine woman or this divine mate or divine whatever it is. He's getting to that. However, the thing is, he is still having issues with these attachments. It's got the number 5 there, which means he's got to now start to change. I'll hold it up there a little bit, but you know my machine acts funny. So again, he is still attached to uh, the things of 3Ds, the attachment of this 3D things, this physical things of ego, maybe about that, you know, where I drive a Lexus car, you know, I got me a $200,000 home I'm in, got 5 bedrooms, 2 baths, whatever like that. And he's still having that conflict between the two of those things. Oh, good. Okay, you got to mute. So why is it still talking about this overlay here? That's getting on my nerves. Banner. Okay. Okay. Brand. Thank you. Okay. All right. Thank you. Now he's off. Beautiful. Now I can see you. Oh, explains this well. Thank you. Okay. Energy explains it so well. Oh, okay. I'm gonna have to play that then. Okay. You're welcome. And so understanding that the attachment there is him still being attached to 3D ideologies, beliefs, systems. But at the same time, I'm looking at him and emotionally, they like, listen here, we got to take this mask off. We got to truly start being you. I'm feeling also this is because of the divine feminine as well. The divine feminine is saying, listen here, I'm getting to the truth of who I am. Since I said that last reading, I said for divine feminine, which is causing him, remember, this is a ripple effect. This is your mirror. I take my mask off. Guess what? In the mirror, you got to take your mask off. So this is where we are, this attachment. And he's starting to feel like, okay, I want this freedom, but I'm still attached knowing to 3D things and taking the mask off. He understands now he's got to have, first thing I was about to say, the divine masculine knows he got to do all these things, but he knows he also has got to grow a pair of cojones, some balls about what's going on. He's got to, and I cleaned it up and say he's got to find courage. So he's got to find courage in this stuff. Right now, the divine feminine again is a puller. She's pulling, say, I'm finding courage in what I'm doing in the 3D. Rather, it is me with this wanting of this new business, person, place, a thing, whatever it is, it's new. I'm pulling it in, I'm drawing it in. And so now, you know what? Come hook and come crook, you got to come with me, okay, energetically, because that is you. So it doesn't matter if you say, well, he over there with karma, he can stay over there, I don't care, he stay in his lane, I stay in my lane. But guess what, y'all, still, it don't matter. Thank you, divine. If it's chime, it's divine. You got to picture it like an expressway. It don't matter if we still, and he's in his lane and you in your lane, we still going the same way on this expressway, right? This ride called this, and true, thank you, that we call divine, again, the divine adventure or the journey. We still going the same way, even you going the same lane. So that's something that we got to kind of keep in mind there too as well. And I'm glad you talked about divine marriage. She said the same thing. It ain't no party. Y'all don't like that, but it is no party of that. You can detach, okay, but it's still that, it's still going to be there. That's just like if anything happens to my arm. My arm still, someone you call them, people have it, call it, go on, I'll be back. Again, they call it ghost fields. Again, where it's like they cut their arm and the arm, they say, well, I still feel my fingers, but my arm is been, when they amputate, it's still there. It's the same thing. You can still get rid of the body part, but it's still energetically, it said, I still energetically, I got an arm. It's still here. Okay. So that is that. So now we have right here again, what's the heart of the matter that's going on with the divine masculine here is him understanding that he has to, again, is soulmates. So you say soulmates are really finding your divine partner or your divine counterpart or whichever way it is, whatever it is, it's a soul connection that goes transcends against all physical space and times and dimension. It's about the soul. It's about the connection of the soul, because this person has a key to unlock you and vice versa. This person is able to unleash and let love flow from you freely, and this is what it's about. Okay, that's the heart of the matter. This is what we talk about. So in order for you to do that, you got to have some engagement. You've got to, thank you, if chime is divine. So he's chiming really big time here. So your love life is ascending to a higher level of commitment. What I pick up from that is, again, your love. That might be why I'm feeling lightheaded, because again, it's ascension. We're getting higher in this thing, kid. This starting Aquarians things. We know that this is the beginning of a new year, but it hasn't quite started yet and settled in yet until, I still believe, until January 21st. Okay. Then once we get a little bit more into it, then we enter, and we really don't settle into the year until after March, to be honest with you. And then April, we take off from that point on. So again, in order for you to do that, you got to engage. Rather he's engaging with you on the 50, or again, a 50 is easier. Okay. You got to break it down 4D, 3D, bring it down to the physical thing. There's got to be some engagement. Rather is he's engaging with the divine feminine energies within himself, or he's engaging with the divine masculine energies within himself, or on the outside in the physical, the divine feminine on the outside and divine masculine on the outside too. This he's got to engage. Why? Because the more you engage, the more you know, the more you grow, the more leveling up you get as well with that is too. So this is where he's got to understand. You've got to engage. It's no more of that standoffishness, or again, it's you, or I'm, I do me and you do you, in some kind of way we meet each other, we still cross the street or whatever like that. Understanding that we're on this highway here. Oh, I'm getting hot again. I seen somebody else that said when you get hot, that's the kundalini rising stuff too. So it's happening again. So spirit is stepping in. So when we're talking about that again, and we're going through life, and you saying you stay in your lane, I stay in mine, understand we still going into the same direction. We still got to engage. If I want to come over to your lane, I got to put my turn signals on. I got to look around in my surroundings, see is it clear. So it's still an engagement that got to go on, even if we on the same, if going the same way and we in different lanes. It still got to be a signal of understanding that we are cohabitating in the same world and using the same soul, again, with two bodies, again, and having the same heart about some things. Okay. Next one, he's got to free himself. The heart of matter. You want this, you want this true connection with this divine here, understanding who you are. That's funny. One of my students drew me a picture of a unicorn, said that was mine. You understand, you unicorn, you're different. You fart sprinkles, and you do rainbows. You eat rainbows, Skittles. Okay. And in order for you to do that, this is a self-imposed prison. This thing that you talk about, this situation, person, place, a thing that you figure you can't get out of, you've got to stop saying there's no way out of that situation. Even as a marriage or a contract or a business. I heard somebody else say it on their video that a lot of times it don't have to do with a person when we talk about the karmas. I understand that. That's true. Any kind of hard lesson that you're learning, it'll come in every different form that there is. Hey, Laurie. So yes, and hi, Chocolate Healer. So it's all different forms. Yes, come in and hang out in the Sunshine Lounge. beautiful. I got my beautiful moderator over there, Mimi. She'll treat you right over there in the Sunshine Lounge, and you all talk and engage and listen and get the lesson at the same time. Okay, where spirit wants the divine masculine to go is to understand that right now you got some chaos, and they need to get organized right here where he is. And again, that came out for the divine feminine. There's chaos everywhere. We got chaos in the world. Some of us, if you like me, that work for Chicago Public School teachers, as well as Chicago Public Schools, there's chaos on the job. You got to figure out about how you're going back in. Should you not go back in? Whole bunch of stuff because of the COVID, the pandemic is causing chaos. And that's why I said we haven't learning how to, it's chaos within and chaos on the outside. You got to find, it's disorganized, but you got to find a way. It's like they say, it's organized chaos, or in the madness or the craziness. There's still, you see, but don't worry about the craziness of my madness. It's a method to my madness. There's still got to be a method in it. You can't get caught up and swept up away with everything that's going on here. So they're saying again that they want him to get to the point that he is the bringer of light into darkness. What I first pulled the card, I say now, I said, oh, some of them are going through tower moments. That, like, does that surprise us? No, it does not. So again, in order for them to come out of that darkness, which is not knowing, that's what I believe in, and into light, which means into enlightenment, they're saying here, things has got to be structured. From this chaos here, it can't no more of just be tearing in the wind and letting things happen. You got to have a structured order about things. Okay, you're putting your sword down, divine masculine, but again, in that energies is saying you want peace. But guess what? Peace got to be organized. Still, you still got to have a way of balancing those two things, because guess what, we in earth, this is a teachable planet, and you're still going to have to find ways of how to, when things come to rock your world, how you got to still be centered and grounded in it. Now this could be more so of attachment. You're using the philosophy, to me, divine masculine, in the wrong way. You need to be grounded in something. I see you tied, and also you got the chain to something that's 3D, but you need to be chained and more anchored into the soul, or you need to be anchored into the spirit, or you need to be anchored into something, a core belief or something, a system that could be able to survive the times that you are in right now, divine masculine. And this is what they ask you to do about that structure. What's the next thing that they're saying here is hierarchical structure. So again, what I'm thinking about that is, I'm thinking about Maslow's laws of needs, a hierarchy of needs, which is the divine masculine got to get to the point that he understands the differences between the levels. Okay, and what's truly, when you call yourself, I'm leveling up, what is it that you're truly seeing that, hey, I really truly need, and what is something that is a luxury and not a need? Because again, it's causing you to go into that falseness. That's where that mask come in emotionally, that you have to do. And especially when you're talking about soulmates or being with your divine lover, divine masculine, in that energy of understanding that you've got to truly pick what things, in order for you to really have this true love. They're telling me some things might have to find themselves falling away. Hey, Wanda. Okay, falling away from that. Okay, rather it's the mask that's got to be falling away, but you got to really truly choose what is within you that's going to cause that balance. And when you talk about higher needs, you got the essential things that you need, food, water, safety, those things, and then it moves up. Let me make sure, I want to make sure I'm saying it right. Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Hold on a second. Give me Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Here's what I found. Okay, so here we go. So I want to make sure. Got my own little secretary here. There we go. I want to make sure I'm saying it right. So on the hierarchy, I don't know if you can see that because it's got the thing there, so you're not going to be able to do that. So anyway, the first layer is needs, like food, water, warmth, and rest. I said that. I knew I was skipping. The next one I was about to say is safety and needs, security. And the next after that is belongingness and loves and needs. The next one higher up is esteem needs, prestige, feeling of accomplishment. And the next one is self-actualization, which is achieving one's full potential, including creative activities. Some of them are dealing with, and I've had said this before on my show, they're dealing with the basics. And they're dealing with the basics like I can hear some people say, that basic, whatever. They're dealing with a basic person, or they're dealing with a basic situation. You've heard people use on the street them terms. She just basic. Okay, this is it. Okay, they're doing that. Some of them are in those situations, person, place, a thing, because they are handling just the basic needs there. But when you're divine, guess what? You got to get off that level. Okay, you can't stay on the basic level. You can't be down there with the psychological needs there. That's the mind. When you're talking about this journey of these twins, this is a matter of the what? The heart. Okay, and the heart intelligence is using, and you use your intuition and your awareness to get you there. And then also, but these two has got to be married to each other. You got that highway there from the heart to the head. Okay, what they're trying to bring them into is, okay, understanding that you're safely secure as to who you are. That's that next level. Understanding that, again, your next thing is belonging in love needs. This is where the little level here, when I'm saying about this freeing yourself in engagement and you want this soulmate, you got to truly understand what is love. Okay. It's a song. Who came up with it? I always mix it up with that. It's not the beef. It's the Lord have mercy. Delights. Something delights. I can see I'm talking about groove in the heart. It's up there. It's up there. I can hear astronomical in the heart. Yes, that one. Them. Understanding what is love. I can hear them playing that song there. You got to move on to your esteem needs. Okay. Prestige. What is it? And see what the divine masculine energies, or the divine feminine, or not the divine feminine, the divine masculine energies in a female or a male get hung up in is that esteem needs right there. Some of them make them right on up there to that thing right there. Okay, I got my love, but the esteem needs, because they get mixed up the prestige about how other people look at them and how they're accepted by society and family and friends as if they have made it. They really, what happens and what's is important is what other people see them as and not themselves. That's where they move up to the next level, which is self-actualization. Who do I say I am? Who does source say I am? Forget about what you say I am. What do I say I am? And this is where we're talking about this hierarchical structure. The source wants them to get out because it's chaotic in the way in your world and how things is reflected. And you've got to be a person that bring yourself out the light into the dark. Okay. The divine masculine feels right there that he is hopeful. Okay. But he's getting into that. He's planted some seeds. He's now starting to plant some seeds to say, hey, I feel a little bit encouragement. I feel a little bit kind of like I might got my little sea legs here about some things and I might be able to move in things. That's what he's feeling in his feelings. Okay. Now, in his thinking here, the divine masculine is thinking, hey, I didn't hurt the divine feminine. Okay. I have hurt the divine feminine energies, whether it's a male or a female. I've sat back and even said it and painted a picture as if I have not, I'm feeling them saying, have not acknowledged the pain. I've painted over it, made it real pretty, and really have seen, I think about some artists, was it Van Gogh, and some of the artists, the art they bring to me, like he had a painting, they had a painting underneath the painting and looked like he had restarted over again, but it was like another painting, but he had another painting layered on top of that. This is the same thing that they bring to me about the divine masculine there. You know, he sees the pain, but he's trying to overlay it with something else, like a more prettier picture. But we know the truth is there has been pain there. Rather, it's the divine feminine energies that he's done to himself. He's caused pain here because she's all scarred up in the back. And to me, for it to be the back is by, again, not being supportive. Like a person said, I got your back. Well, okay, the back all tore up and torn back here. So that means that somebody didn't actually have somebody's back. That support that you so-called say that you had there caused pain for the divine feminine energies. And let's put it on both ways. The divine feminine energies in the physical, whether she's a female or a male, or the divine feminine energies within themselves have caused pain because they didn't listen to what the emotions have said. Say, I want the divine feminine, but you chose to do this. Or I told you I wanted to get out this job, but you chose this. Or I told you I didn't want to live here no more because I don't feel emotionally safe. They go to safety that's on the hierarchy, Maslow's hierarchy of needs. You didn't listen to me. Now I'm here. I'm in this place. It's not safe. They done went on ahead and broke into my place or whatever, like they say. They broke the locks in there. They took my new 60-inch TV I bought myself for Christmas. Look at that. I told you at the beginning, intuitively, this ain't the place for us to live. But now I'm in pain because I just bought that. I took my good money that I had to buy me a TV like that, and now it's gone. Now we're in pain because you didn't listen. So again, these are some of the things that they're going through. The divine masculine in his thought process, this is what I call the glamorous life. What's that? She wears a coat of me. So even in the summertime. So that's what we got here. Yeah, all you want is the glamorous life. He's kind of leaving out of that. I don't kind of like the spotlight on me. The spotlight. You could take that. You could take that back. Even there, your spotlight. Like Jennifer Hudson said, you take that back now. He's moving out of that. Something about him now, his God calls him and say he wants to move out of that energy, wanting all that, the focus on me, it's all about me kind of energy. He's now moving into his actions here, which we see is King of Fire. Understanding that he's got to take some tough form of action. And he's got to be, since this is Native American and symbol that I see they used here, which means I got to get native. I mean, it means to be native. The definition of that is to be used to the land, to know the land, to be familiarized with the land. He's got to be familiarized with where he is territorial wise in the 3D and also in the spiritual. He's got to, because again, he said he wants that balance. And in order for you to have that yin and that yang, that's the heaven and earth bringing it together. Okay, so he knows he's got to get into that. He's moving into that energy because that's in reverse. He has also some conflict here about him being the captain. Couldn't wait another day for the captain of her heart. So again, he feels that. They bring me that song too. I don't know you. You love me, baby. Okay, come on. You get on off of here. Is it? I'm not gonna do it because when you doing them people that don't them the spam people, oh, they got audacity to call back. How like you bold? When you call them marketing people and you turn it off like that, then they call right back. Oh, it's somebody there. Okay, call right back again. So So moving on. So is it the way you love me, baby? Okay, that is the way the divine feminine is saying too. Here with some Jill Scott. But anyway, there is a conflict because again, the divine feminine is saying some of the divine feminine energies are saying, hey, I can't wait another day for the captain of my heart. That's how the song, the lyrics go. So some of them is saying it's a conflict. That's bringing the conflict on that divine feminine. Some part of him in himself is divine feminine energy saying, hell, she's saying it, and within myself, I'm saying, I don't know. I can wait for you to get your, I was about to say, get your shit together. Excuse me. But it's like, I don't know when we going to start doing this because we on a perpetually going around. And I'm not bashing anything like that. But I know the divine master, some of them say, I'm even tired of being tired of not having the answers, how to be able to get out this situation. I'm tired myself. I could tap into them. They say, I'm tired of self. So you ain't the only ones that's feeling that way too as well. So again, this captain here, energies there as well. Okay. Hi, Santa. Okay. And so that's where they are. Let's get nosy. Let's look and see how this is actually looking into the 3D. Okay. All right. So let me start off with these cards here because these ones tell. Got me order me some new cards too. I can't wait for them. They one of them come from France and the other one come from Georgia. Clear, those should be coming soon. Okay, so now let's see what's going on for the divine masculines collectively. Tell me what's happening in the 3D world. What's going on? Okay, somebody was asking the question and the answer is yes. And it's got a rainbow there, so that's union. Okay. Part of us probably collectively is divine feminine energy saying, do you really want this? Or is you able to really get yourself together to actually make this happen? And I guess he said, my answer to you is yes. That's his answer. Right now, the divine master feels stifled. What I'm seeing here is not being able that I see the third eye that's being covered. And I'm also seeing to me the mouth. So something about him, he's not feeling like he can be able to communicate because all of a sudden my throat chakra got real tight right up in here. Okay. He can't do that. He feels like he can't do that. I see a ring on the ring finger here. So this could be a committed, or he feels like he's committed and bound by something as well. That's what he feels like, they're stifling him. However, he feels like, oh, okay, this look at the little kind of McNasty card right there. But it's something, it's a climax. Now this goes several ways. Now I could go the McNasty way, the divine masculine. The answer is yes. Some of you all, he's thinking about you sexually. He wants to make you climax. Another way is saying things are in his life coming to a climax, a denouement. That means stuff is building. Okay. Spirit says it's got to build because they say they're trying to bring him to be a person from darkness into light. He understands that now he has some choices. Like again, like we're looking at, let's make a deal. Is it behind door number 1, door number 2, door number 3? He understands that it's only one right choice. Before he thought he had options. And sources talk about, nah, brother, divine masculine, you ain't got no options. It's just one. This one is all glittery and gold and all different kind of rainbowish colors. Like you got to pick the door that has to be union. This is union. You pick the right door, you're just gonna step right on up into your union. Okay. Next thing, but again, he's being a chameleon. Okay. The divine master feels like a chameleon. What I feel from that is you might not be able to get a finger on the pulse of actually what's going on with this divine masculine either. What's this doing over here? This goes on this side. I'm so glad I looked over there. Okay. Clear. Woo! Yeah, this is Kundalini is working there. He doing something there. Somebody one is rising because I'm getting hot again. Okay, so now I can't take off the shirt. I heard you. You take off that shirt, you know that, right? Yeah, that's true. Can you explain this chameleon? I want to know what this is. Yeah. Okay. Chameleons change to adapt to their environment and their surroundings because that is a mechanism of blending and camouflaging as a means of survival. So divine masculine, by you just blending in and being a part of what's going on in your environment, you are just purely in survival mode. That's not what divines do. Divines don't just survive. What was I watching there? Oh, with the kids. We were looking at the teaching the kids point of view, and they were doing the two things about the city mouse and the town mouse, and the fable about the city mouse and the town mouse. And so the city mouse was trying to make fun of the town, the country mouse. I'm sorry, country mouse, because he was saying, oh, he's like, this all you got? You ain't got nothing but this simple stuff, some corn and some potatoes or whatever it is, some wheat, and that's it. And so then he was like, yeah, he said, well, you need to come live with me. Cause in the city, I got everything. So they was eating everything, and then all of a sudden a human being came in, and then he was like, "Oh my God!" They're like, "We gotta go hide." So they hide into the wall, the little hole there, and so then every time he said, "Oh," he said, "But do you want some more?" He's like, "Yeah." So they came back out to go get them some whatever, some Kool-Aid or whatever like that. I'm gonna put the ghetto version on, so Kool-Aid and some Flaming Hots or whatever on that, and they went out there and they came back in. So then the country mouse was like, oh man, I don't know about that. You know, you bragging about you got riches and glories and you got all this stuff. He said, but I'd rather be a man that be able to go where I please than to be scared underneath these conditions, although you got plenty, but you scared. This ain't living. You know, so this is what I feel like the country mouse is telling the city mouse. This city mouse that you just saying, well, I got everything. That goes back to that Maslow's hierarchy of needs. It goes back to that where it say, I got everything. But yeah, man, you on the lower level of the levels here. You just handling your basics. Dealing with the basic person, stop it. Whoever wanted to put the basic B on there, I'm not gonna curse about that. Dealing with the basic people or your basic partner, whatever it is, you're not even being divine. You're so low level, and you're gonna keep on attracting that type of situation to you because you're just surviving. Like they say, you're a city mouse. You ain't my country mouse. Say I might not got a lot, but guess what? I got freedom. That's the same thing that they're trying to tell you about even being with this divine person. You might not be having, but that's not really how it goes divine because you supply it with everything. But to you, divine masculine energies are looking at it and saying, I'm gonna have to go without it if I mess with her. Because this is gonna happen. And you know, I'm kind of comfortable where it is, but you're living in like the city mouse, you're living in fear. You might think you got all that, but if you let go of that, spirit and source is telling you we're gonna give you all that and with the freedom and not with the scare, not you being surviving. Okay, so this is what it's saying here about this chameleon thing about that surviving. This is why source said we got to bring the tower on so he can again bring you out from the lightness into the dark. Understanding your emotions you kind of wavering on, and that goes back to like the divine feminine. You all are mirroring again. They were saying that what was saying that she was hazy about stuff, not too steady on knowing what she needs to do. They saying your emotions, you got to get fiery up there. You got to get fired up about this. You know, you just being passive. Some of you are just being passive aggressive and stuff. You know, you saying because you feel you stifle, but this how I fight back. You know, she say something, I don't say nothing back. I just be quiet. I just slam things around her. I don't say nothing to her. Like you really winning that. You're not doing anything by being passive aggressive in this situation. I'm feeling something. I'm saying that you got the emotion. You got to start putting things together. You got to put it all together. You just doing pieces of it. You and then like Spirit said, you got to start structuring this out. You got to start. I call it Olivia Pulpit when she was on Scandal. She used to have up there the different pictures and stuff and connecting the dots, just like the detective show, and saying, how am I going to get out this situation? I mean, where am I really actually in this thing? How am I really truly going to be balanced out? How am I going to truly have peace? Rather is where I'm in the situation or where I want to go. I mean, first of all, it's got to end and begin with me, my peace. And something about this say in the material world here, on the job for some of these divine masculines, they just blended, they just surviving. This job thing, you surviving. I think a couple of reasons before they done told the divine masculine, you got to let that job go. Some of they've been telling you for the longest, you need to get you a new career. So some of this chameleon things is oh, they bring me something else. It's the job. Some of them, you all in these divine masculine energies, you're it's became a chore being in this relationship. It's just become a job. You clocking in, you clocking out. I'm seeing you punching in, punching out. Okay, it's a job that you're doing. It's a chore. That's not living. What is it? It ain't living. Don't make me wanna holler. Throw up my hands. Ooh, make me wanna holler. Throw up my hands. This ain't living. Here's the Marvin Gaye. What is that? Is that one? This ain't living. I think that's the name of the song. It ain't here. It ain't living. And it makes me want to throw up my hands because that ain't living at all. I need to tie this. This ain't living. That's what it's saying. That ain't living. That ain't living. I'm sorry. It ain't. On that. Got to do better. We divines ain't meant to just survive. Let's make that as a divines ain't meant to just survive. I'm sorry. On all levels. That's just not us. We meant to excel and ascend. Okay. Okay, let's see. What do you think about this? What do you think about this connection? What do we think about this connection with the divine feminine? Clear. Where are we at right now? Ooh, one card. He's like, I'm gonna make it real simple. Thank you. Thank you very much. Make me wanna holler, throw up my hands. Okay. The divine master knows that is the divine master is trying to settle into understanding of his bliss. We got a wand here, understanding that there's got to be some type of action. He understands he's got to put this. There go that sword again. Hostilities could also mean defensive. He been defensive. And I told you, I seen him like a person diss everybody. Everybody public enemy number one. No, divine masculine. Everybody is not no hey sis. Everybody is not no public enemy number one. He understands when it comes to this connection, in order for it to be successful, he needs to put that sword down. He got to put that shield down. He got to put that defensiveness in, and he's got to be in his bliss. He understands that even with the divine feminine, she looks like she's on the go. Some of the divine masters, where he sees the divine feminine in the go, and she's really excelling and being in her mission and her purpose, and she's getting more knowledge because she's grabbing the tree, which means she's gaining knowledge, getting more knowledge, holding on to the knowledge that she knows as well, understanding that beforehand, and I know that from my own divine masculine, and I remember also from Daniel Boone, he's saying that, between the twin flames, there's a love-hate relationship. Some of the divine masculines are jealous at the divine feminines about some things, about how they're so blessed, how they don't let things bother them, how they let things just roll off their back. And sometimes it's a role reversal. Sometimes we look at divine feminines, we be honest, we looking at their life saying, look like, hey, it ain't affecting you. You looking like you in the 3D, like you just really, you the master in it. I mean, the way you showing on your profile, I mean, say profile, your Facebook and everything else like that, it looks like it's not bothering you. That's for some, not saying that's for everybody. Okay. So in understanding that, and some of them have gotten to the point that it's just been a competition. Okay. I'm just gonna keep it playing because I know it for myself. In that it's a competition on that. Oh, you doing that at the beginning stages of it. That kind of, once you start kind of tapering out and you start saying, okay, we going on the other end. If we doing this union, we come together, or some of us like, hey, I ain't got time for that. That kind of energies. I'm just gonna tell you right now. You can stay in there, that's what you want, but that ain't what I'm about. So it's moving from that. And now he's coming to understanding that, you know what, it's a point of, I'm hearing this saying reverence, a way of admiration now, instead of me saying that's my competition. Now understand that, hey, I can learn from that. This is what he's kind of looking at. Okay, you staying open to the relationship, you still connected to me, but I can learn from the knowledge that you're gaining, that you're bringing towards us, to this, bringing down that branch, that knowledge to both of us. And me staying in my thinking, he's got a cactus in pink, me in my thinking about this connection, about me seeing you doing what you're doing, being on your grind, going out there hustling, you being the savage, whatever like that, you doing savage, doing all that other stuff, sexy, classy, wow, ooh, sexy, classy, divine. Ooh, yes, I done changed the lyrics around. So I'm a savage. Okay. So when you in savage mode, doing all that stuff, then now he look at it and say, oh, look at my boo, look at her now. He's not in that mode anymore of it's a competition. I honor that. Matter of fact, I admire that. Okay, this is where the divine masculine understand for this connection. This is where he's moving into that energy there. Remember again, I don't want to hear somebody say, well, he sure ain't showing it on the 3D. Got to remember, 3D and 50 is two different levels. Since we talk about levels and hierarchy of needs, that's a whole different leveling. So you're not going to see that until the 50 drops right up into that body and says start taking over, and then you will be able to see that. But no, again, it's just a little spike. He's there, he sees it, but it's the ego and the distortion that talks him out of it. It's there. He gets talked to about that. Look at her. I'm looking at Day, although I'm sneaking and stalking on her Facebook page and I'm trolling over here. But look at her. She look like he ain't bothering. She going out and doing her and being her, and she advertising about her little events and all that stuff. Look at Day. Look at Day. Look at Day. Okay, beyond anyone else. That is true. He knows that in his heart that you bait. Okay, but at the same time, that distortion kicks in and be like, nah, you a fool. Now that, she thinks she better than you. Ain't no way in where you gonna ever be like her. because he up there and look at what you doing. Look at your life. Let's just be honest where you are with this situation, person, place, or thing. So it's a conflict that's going on. Then beyond that, you got the childhood stuff that's going on, that's talking in their ear, that's going on. Their friends is not helping them. Family members is not helping them. So some of that stuff is like, yes, it's in there, but like my mom said, it's buried down with so much other junk, and he's attached to other stuff that he can't really stay and resonate some of them in that energy that say, ooh, look at bait. Okay. And that's why I'm just breaking that down for you all so you know. Okay, so next, what's the message? How I'm doing? Okay, what's the message? Hang on in here. Thank you, the 14 that's in here. Thank you so very much for hanging and rocking with me and laughing at me. I heard y'all laughing. Y'all ain't slick. I heard y'all. But that is just savage, good, sexy, classy, divine. Hey, that's what we are. So now, moving on here. The message that the divine masculines want to get to us collectively is this. Did I bring out the other cards? One, two. I feel like I'm missing somebody. Is this. I feel like I'm waiting for something that isn't going to happen. Okay. So that is this waiting thing. In the divine masculine energies, he's got to understand, and the divine feminine has mirrored that too. We have to be honest. Okay. So he's not out there by himself thinking that. But again, we got to remember that what's the new word and the new phrase? We are actively waiting. That's what we got to understand. It's not waiting and just sitting there and twiddling our thumbs. Is that we got to get to the point that we are doing on our grind, being savage, classy, sexy, whatever, divine. Okay. So you doing all those things there. In the meantime, while for the divine feminine or the divine masculine to show up. That's the difference here. And we've all felt it. So this one ain't no boo for this one, because we've all have felt that iffy, that not sure, that uncertainty. Okay. But we got to be anchored in, even in uncertain times, even with what's going on in outside with chaos with the world, even what's going on with us personally, even what's going on the journey or the adventure. He also wants you to know, I want to be with you for the rest of my life. If I can spend my life with you. I don't know what it is. That again, that's Tamia and Eric Benet. Okay. That's one of my, I used to say, my baby daddies in my head. Anyway, okay. That's before I became divine. I was just claiming all celebrities as my baby daddies. I got a couple of them that's out there. But okay, let me pull back. I'm getting a little out there. I'm coming back. So here we go. So now I want to be with you for the rest of my life. And they do on that part there. Okay. And they say, you are my heaven and earth. I told you this. This is strength. You are my heaven. You are my love. You are my shining star. It's by you are my heaven. It's I can see her. I can see her. Donny Hathaway and oh my gosh, she ain't even came out with no hits in a long time. Where they were there. Killing me softly with his song. Killing me softly with his song. Telling my whole life that he's hurt, killing me softly. Roberta Flack, thank you. I had to sing her song with his song. There we go, right there. That part, them together. You are my heaven. He does believe that, because if he sent the song to me, because I'm like, okay, now what song goes with that? And he sent it to me. He's thinking. Let's see, what's the other message you want to tell the divine feminine? Clear, that's watching or collectively. Let's do that again. I want it definitely clear. Okay, I see this here. No, you should have came out then. Should have came out when I told you to. Okay, you put the love into the word lover. All right then, I know that's right. You better tell him. When it comes to you and I, those intimate moments are so much more than just two bodies having sex. Moving in unison, I want to make love to you again. That cinched that. Didn't I tell you that? Look how Source put that together there. I told you something love. He want that sex. He want that booty. Okay, let me stop before it start freezing up on me. Next one. Please stay. I need you more than I could ever say. Okay. He does not want you to give up. He's trying to find his way here. Like I said, you are his strength. Some of you are for the divine feminines. You are a source of strength. You're strong. It makes him strong. You go get knowledge. It makes him get knowledge. It's a lot of mirroring there as well. So he say he needs to stay. You can still, again, actively wait. Divine feminines. Again, I can hear some of y'all say, ah. Again, remember again that you cannot detach. Wherever you going, you going. He can stay in this lane, I can stay in my lane, and we're still going down the highway of life still together. Because again, we are what? Two bodies, one soul, one heart. Okay. I understanding that, because again, we resonate in the heart. Okay. So he's saying, please stay. I need you more than I could ever say. Okay. He also wants you to know the message is here. I love you. Okay. There, I finally said it. Some of y'all have never heard him saying, and I guess he's like, it's like a force. I love you. I finally said it. You happy now? So again, he does. He does. The divine master does love you. It's just a lot of other stuff, crud and things that's laid all on top of. Oh Lord, that card kind of took me over about that wanting to make love stuff. But anyway, okay, I'll be back. That's that Kundalini again. French kissing, shall we? He wants some of that smooch. He wants some of that sugar too. Pucker up. Want to slip your little tongue. All right. Okie dokie. Yes. Clear. What's going on with the journey? A lot of signs are pointing to you lately. He's been seeing a lot. He's been seeing a lot of signs. A lot of signs, divine feminine, about you. Your name been popping up. Been seeing people look like you down the street, walking down the street. A lot of stuff here. Thinking about you, daydreaming. I've been thinking about you. Nah. I've been thinking about you. Do. I've been thinking about you. But they love me still. Do. I've been thinking. Clear. All right. Let's see. Is that Frank Ocean? Whatever his name is. Okay. So, what is the advice the divine feminine wants to give the divine master right now in this? Say, receive with love and appreciation. Receive something lovingly from others is a way of showing love. To me, it's saying divine feminine is telling divine masculine for him to work on receiving and giving of really true love. Not a love that's beneficial, I'm hearing him saying. Not a love that's manipulative. Not a love that's making it happen or to transform or to occur in a way in which meets their Maslow's hierarchy of needs. This has got to be a pure love. Pure love. Yeah, pure love. Okay. Be willing to express love. When we express love, we begin to receive more love. Again, the divine feminine is telling the divine masculine, watch how you're expressing love. Watch how you're giving out that signal of love. I'm picking up too. Watch your frequency of your heart too, and what you are broadcasting out there as well. Okay. Because again, that's making all these other things manifest too with you that you don't want. So again, you're broadcasting out there like a CB radio thing about breaker 19 and what your line and what you in and what you thinking. You've got to really get very anchored in as to what is the things that you want to start attracting to you, and you got to be more structured about this love. This love, what I feel like when it comes to divine masculine, has been more of a haphazard, or it just happened by happenstance. They keep on bringing me like haphazard or happenstance. A lot of happened. It just happened. You know, it's different when it's serendipitous, which means it's divine, it's fated, and letting things just kind of like roll with the punches and happen. It's a difference of going with the flow and letting things occur and to manifest. But they're saying it's a sense of control in here too with the divine masculine of how you're doing it. And some of them it's not been the control. It's just like right now I just let things just happen to me. It's a surrendering, but it's not a good surrendering. And I guess they call themselves, well, I'm just surrendering, just let things happen. You know, if it happen, it happen. If it don't, it don't. You know, that's just my attitude. Okay. All right. What are the things that this divine masculine here energy collectively say to you that divine feminine is watching this that you need to heal from? According to the divine masculines, because the last one I did divine feminines was source telling you what you need to hear. This is what the divine masculines say for them collectively looking and viewing. That means their 50 self all together say this is it. They said that to them, you've got to heal from honesty. And so your affirmation for that is, so you know what it is. I speak up when I have something to share. I am no longer fearful of what other people cannot handle. Now, in order for you to heal this, this is going to help to heal this divine masculine. Why does this seem like this is really a connection of helping him too? Is because already I told you he's stifled. Somebody's communication is not, he's not being able to communicate because of this commitment of wherever he's in. He's got to understand, to be honest, when you're honest, that's that tree. If I'm bringing it and I'm holding on to it, I'm bringing it towards a connection. That's going to help him to be honest and stand in his truth where he is too. Okay. Next thing he says, that's the interesting. We got the same thing for the divine feminine and the divine masculine card is coming out. Talented. The divine masculine is playing himself small too. Again, the divine feminine, if you're healed in your talents, that's going to help him to heal, to boss up. Again, so you could truly be that savage. He says, the affirmation for you is honor my unique talents as they have been given to me from the divine to share with the world. This divine masculine does not know about himself, how talented and how special he is, how much of a unicorn that he is, that he sparks, sprinkles, and again, creates rainbows wherever he goes. He doesn't understand that, truly being his divineness. That's why I say again, you cannot settle for basic. You got to again understand that you're divine, and divine doesn't settle for basics. Okay. So this is again, your talents is going to be able to bring that to you. Understanding that what you truly are, what truly, to me, talent also is like gifts, and what truly a gift you are to yourself, to whoever is in connection with you, even to your divine feminine. Okay, that's that one. And also issues, divine feminine, how you can be able to mirror and help out the divine masculine energies. Your counter is again, is through issues. Your affirmation is, I realize that everyone has their own issues to heal in this life. I cannot do the work for anyone else but myself. There are things in which the divine masculine is attached to, that the divine masculine feels in some ways by they being there, that they think that they can be able to heal. They have been programmed by other people, family members, mom, dad, or whatever they see in their environments, or even friends, that make them think that they can be able, Superman, a superhero, and they can be able to change things in the situation they're in, whether it's a person, place, a thing. And they're saying that that's not true. Again, all you come here right now in this situation that you're in, divine masculine, is to get yourself right. Get it right and get it tight within. This is where you are divine masculine here. For the divine feminine, same thing. You still keep on getting yourself together, being detached, but understand it's not separated and not severing and not cutting cords. That is not an option, but you can detach from it. You could go and do your own thing about it, not sending bad vibes about it. Because what did I tell you? When you do that, that doesn't work in your favor. All you're doing is boomerang. If you like me, soon as I send a bad thought to my DM, that stuff comes right back and say, boof, bam, wait a damn second. I was really sending that to you. I wasn't, how the hell it come back on me? How the heck in that thought? I mean, I have literally had thought it, and the next minute I trip, or I done broke something that I like, or whatever like that in that next moment. You've got to watch the things that you're sending out. If you can't do like grandma's thing, if you can't say nothing nice or do anything nice about the DM, then turn it on yourself and start doing something nice for yourself, and just leave it alone. And don't put no quotation marks to it, and don't put no additives to it at all. Okay? Deal with those issues. All right. Next thing, while I'm shuffling and getting ready for that one, again, just in between there. This Friday, please join the playground experience at 7:30 Central Time as we have the lovely Coach Michelle Monet on. She's going to talk about building trust in relationships and communicating better as well in community, because again, a lot of us is getting ready for union. We've got to learn how to use some new keys and some new tools in order to do so. So be here. She's an award-winning professional relationship and life coach. So you need some professional issues, helps. I'm sorry that you have issues, because I said issues with the relationship, a life coach. She will be able to answer and questions some things, and she's going to give us some relationship tips as well. Okay, so just bringing that to you. All right. Okay, so now let's look. In order for the strategy for the divine masculine energies here, understand it's got to get to a king of pentacles. You got to get a ruler of your own world. He's got to get really comfortable in it. This is what I'm saying. You got to gain some knowledge, because this is a library there. You got to understand that you have a good handle on this 3D, these material things here. And then I see a wolf here, and this could be a wolf dog. So I'm going to put a combination of both. As a wolf, you're going to have to become a lone wolf. You're going to have to become a hermit. You're going to have to take that hermit energies and say, I got to go off and be team number one for a while. Really look and see what makes me happy. And say, if it makes you happy, I got to see what makes me happy. I got to find myself in that chaos there, to find myself coming from the darkness into the light. Because if I want everything underneath the sun, I got to be, this looks like a balanced man, a mature balanced man. Like it ain't bothering me. He got his legs crossed. He's comfortable in the driver's seat and in the skin that he's in. Okay. Also, him being looking like a dog here as well means, again, your loyalty. Where's your loyalty? Where does your loyalty lie? Where is it that you anchor in and say, I'm for this? These are my core things as far as my needs. This is it. Okay. So this is another thing that it has to deal with. Okay, and the last thing here, let's see in his own voice, what's his last? Let's have the divine masculine have the last word. What is it that he's going to say? Clear. Thank you. All right, thank you, Mac. Thank you. Okay, yes. Girl, you didn't wrote it. Girl, you is hired. This child went in there and then this everything. Oh my God, you better go on with your bad self. Thank you, so very good. See, that's why I had you. See, they don't know you getting $1 million every time you come on here. I'm sending it to you in spirit. You got it. You got it. You just got to get to the point that you receive the $1 million that I just sent you energetically, and they can transfer it into manifestation into the 3D. But I just gave you, I see the stats. I just gave you $1 million now. You go in there and cash it out in the spiritual world and find a way for it to manifest into the real. All right. The last word for the DVL. What is he saying here? He said, oh my God, say cook a fucking meal. I'm sorry for you all. The divine masculine's last word. It might be riddled with some curse words. So excuse me for that. Cook a fucking meal. Homemade food is foreplay. Okay, so in order for him to do this, he's got to be in there like a chef. He's got to get cooking. He's got to cook up a plan. He's got to cook up a structure. To me means plan. You've got to plan it. It's no more planning by the seat of your pants. Wherever it is, it flies. That mess is not going to work, okay? And it says homemade food. That means that is things that are natural. No more this artificial mess. Dealing with the basic person. Stop putting in the word be. I'm not going to call her that or call them that. Stop dealing with the basics. Start messing around with this artificial things, these sweeteners that they supposed to be sweet and sweetening up your life, and that's not really the true thing that you should be operating from. We want natural stuff, natural, divine, natural stuff that we are dealing with. And in order for that, because that's foreplay. The foreplay means that gets things rolling, that gets us motivated, that gets us excited, and it helps us to build to this what? This climax. Dun, dun, dun. All right, next thing. He said, you think you got them all figured out. You don't. Good thing. Thank you, Divine Master, with your last word there. He think he got it all going on. You ain't got, I was about to say, you ain't got shit. Excuse me again. I'm sorry. That's the Divine Master. We are blending here. And again, because I don't do that much cursing, but that is true. And it's part of me. He say, stop blaming it on me. Some of that stuff you cursing yourself. But that's true. But I like it when I blame it on you. Anyway, so my thing is, again, you ain't got nothing figured out. Why? Because Spirit just told you in chaos and disorganized. So they got to help bring you into life and tell you got to get structured. So, I mean, let me bring my voice down. But my thing is, you can't say you got it together when source just told on you. You ain't got this stuff together. So again, you got to start figuring this out. How is it? Start from, again, your true basic needs, not the artificial stuff, and work your way up till you actually get that self-actualization and awareness and intuition that you're relying upon to help you truly know what is it that you need. Okay? Next thing, last thing is Divine Master say forgive. Not for them. Do that shit for you. Okay? Again, it's a lot of things that the Divine Masculine I'm picking up when I read that. He's, again, that pain card. Where's that pain card? I know it's underneath here. This card here. This pain that he said he inflicted on you. The pain that he inflicted on himself by not listening. The pain about up there not really seeing things for what they are. Painting them as they're different. But that's not true. He needs to forgive himself, forgive him about all the other things that has happened to him that caused him to be the person that he is now. Spirit is saying, the source is saying, they're giving you a new lease on life right now. This is where we are. Things are manifesting fast, Divine Masculines. Understand that. So whatever it is, like I say, watch what you're broadcasting with your heart, which is helping you to manifest those things. Get yourself in alignment. Look back at your structure again and seeing how you're leveling up. Again, and really truly see, are you really truly leveling, and are you basing it against a crumbling foundation, they're telling me, or something that's artificial. Okay, all right, that is it. I did pretty good there. I didn't go all the way to 30. As always, thank you so very much again. If you want a reading, I see some people were kind of catching up on and getting a divine masculine or divine feminine. I call divine unisoul's love letter. If you want to see where your divine unisoul's person is at this time, make sure you go to divineunisoulslove.co. They're only $22, and I will give you a reading telling you about what's going on in the matters of their heart and tell you what's going on with them. Sometimes they get real deep and they tell you about everything, their backstory, about what's going on in their life. You can be able to do that as well. Don't forget about also, we got the 4-4 event, although it's early, but that'll happen before you know it, which is called Ground Zero. We already, Coach Michelle Monet will be there as one of the people, and I'm lining up some other people as well that's going to come with us as well. Of course, the playground, Benita's going to be there as well too. For that one, I'm trying to see about that. Whatever. I also put up there the message about those if your twin flame is married. Thank you. If your twin flame is married, I already gave you a channel message and a coaching on that as well. That's in Divine Unisouls for just $3.99 for that as well. Make sure that you click like, share, and subscribe to this channel. Make sure you smash the notification button so you can know, because Spirit tells me when to come on. I'm kind of almost consistent, but again, whenever Spirit tells me to come on, that's when I come on to you. Also, make sure you hit that all notifications so you can catch my lives when I'm notifying you and letting you know that I am going live for that day. That's why you do that. And also, again, when you like things, you energetically, it's an energetic exchange. I'm pouring into you and telling you about what's going on with Divine Masculine, and you hit the like thing to energetically say, hey, I'm giving you a high five and say, hey, yeah, good job. Good job done, faithful servant, because I'm, again, answering to source, and it's telling me what to do. Uh-oh, ooh, you see that? You see it going, blip, 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 what's that? Who that going, back and back and back like that. Did you see that? Was that just me? Did y'all see when I say I'm answering source? And the thing went flashing back and forth. Maybe that was just me. Maybe that. Okay, that's something I'm doing that. Okay, anyway, that's interesting. Somebody said that you do that as well. Yeah, I'm like, whatever. When I did toss it up there, okay, they're like, okay, it is source. That was me connected with it. So that is true. You saw it? Okay. I'm like, what the heck? Okay, yes. Okay, well, I agree with that. Oh, Lord, it's Kundalini here. Whatever's activation that's going on here. Yes, Lord. All right, then. So thank you so very much. I love you all, and I will see you. Don't forget to catch you on Friday. Come 7:30. Get some information. Remember, I'm always thinking about how I can give you the keys for union to help you to be good and again make that connection with heaven and earth. So again, we prepare for union. We got to be able to speak, communicate differently, build this new trust again. And so she's going to be there to help us out with that. All right, there. I will be talking to you real soon. And real soon is Friday. So again, until next time, stay uplifted, stay motivated, stay ascended. Namaste. Namago. Love you. All right. Thank you. Thank you, everybody else in the Sunshine Lounge. Me, Chocolate Healer, Wanda, Ethereal, Lori S. I see if there's anybody else that I see up here. I see Lori. I'm trying to span through here real quick. Give my shout outs to my people. Thank you. Next time, don't be scared. Come over here in Sunshine Lounge. Mimi will treat you real right. All right, then. See you till next time. Oh, if some of y'all just came on, go back through there again and look at it all over again. So you can see all from the beginning. All right, then. See ya. Next time. See you real soon.